This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Táisí Vigéisteach le Gaalinn, your favourite bilingual podcast with Ciarán, Cian and Cathal is a Rasharísh.
Exploring the worst, weird and wonderful of Gná Hathí an Tail.
Na rudí is massa, is ashtí agus is aontaí of life as we know it.
Putting the gay in Gaeilge gach seachtaine.
Meet your new gay besties.
Hello, Guy, cunts tá sib, Jay on fucking crack. Tá sib Vigéisteach le Gaalinn, your favourite bilingual podcast's favourite bilingual podcast.
What?
Lumsa Cian.
I'm Cathal.
Agus is Misha Ciarán.
Cunts tá much Colini.
Bra. Tá Greeny Tanna bhí Malachlí and you. So like the sun
Finally?
is out.
Fucking
Yeah.
God, because honestly, I'm running out of fucking SSRIs to help. This is like...
No, there's just
Girl.
like 4, but it is shining. So I'm like,
I don't mind that
I'm
though. I like a
sweating.
good cold sun.
yeah, that's because we both walked.
I wore
here.
knitwear and a fucking puffer jacket.
Yeah. It's like you're looking out the window and you're like, right, I'm going to put like a cute fit on. You're going to like, you know, put like kind of the nice jacket and the jumper on. And then you get to the end of the road and you can feel like a trench down your back.
Yeah, it's dripping into your crack. Like,
Yeah, not good at all. Come and take a dip. The
The
water's
cool
nice
water.
and warm.
What's that in? Come on in. The water is fine.
Oh, it's gross.
Fine at best. Any news? Actually, I've got a story for you. So, Darnoe, we record in Head Stuff podcast studio in Lochlia.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Head Stuff, sponsored by Man to Man. But vi misha he star because I was early as per waiting on
I'm
Jack.
usually first, to be fair.
Fair. Vi me ima he ag a mór he star. I was just sitting there, and the young hot guys had obviously just finished recording.
Oh, yeah.
So they all came in. Well, actually, Tony ran off. Vishay Danock for Rodagan, but Shane and Killian were in the room with me, and we were just chatting away. And obviously, I know Shane a lot better. He was on my First Things First podcast. He's gay, so we just I know it's more
Yeah.
we've crossed paths. But Killian was with them, and Shane just said no. I was like, "Oh, how's your Willie influencing going?" And I seen Killian's face be like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, good, good." And he's like, "What content do you do?" And I was like, "Well, you follow me, so you should know." So the algorithm's obviously not showing him me for some reason. The Misha Imahi, like I went so jarring. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm scarlet for some reason." And I was like, "Yeah, not the." I've been getting so many DMs about my Willie from men, but like none of the ones I'd want.
Not the kind of DMs about your Willie
And
that
he's like,
you want to be getting.
Did you make your Willie longer? Killian said that. And I was like, "Oh no, it was a technically penis reduction." And I was just so red. I was
Did
like,
you get
"Please."
loads of like reaction from it?
Loads and loads and loads of people have messaged me. Actually, Moncrief wants me to go on his show. I was like, it's so funny that I'm going to go on national radio and chat to Keelan Moncrief's dad about my dick. But so many people have been reaching out again. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So I'm kind of like changing the world.
Sorry,
What
a
have you
great
done this
leading
week?
question from Shane as well.
Yeah, how's your Willie?
Yeah.
Just like-
No, I was trying to make it Willie fluencing.
Oh.
Penis fluencer.
Let us know in the comments what would be the best way to describe Keane's
Dickfluencer.
content. Yeah.
Influencer, yeah.
He's not going to be an activist
But
with a
Vishay
following
on
anymore.
Simul can like the Victor Ecole like Sinup and like it was
And it was
cool.
such a big
It
spread.
was like
Yeah.
this.
Also, actually, speaking of activists with the following, we launched. We had an event for Monza last week, and all our influencers were there. And Luke tried to rinse me in front of all the influencers and said, "Oh, Keane calls himself an activist with a following."
10-10,
And they
Luke.
all were taking the piss out of me. I was like, I was fucking
Yeah.
raging.
Yeah, Luke,
Willow.
that's fantastic. I love that.
Well done, Luke.
More of that,
Absolute.
please.
Any other comments for me?
Well, we had our match was cancelled over the
Because they
weekend,
did,
which
yeah.
I'm not messing. It was so funny. So we had trained on Saturday morning, and we were meant to be playing the following day, and the text had come through that the match was cancelled. And I think because we'd all met up that day, and we were buzzed for the match tomorrow.
We had a
blah,
really
blah,
long
blah.
coffee, so we were all.
We were all
in the
kind
zone,
of
like,
in
yeah.
ready for it. The like energy in the WhatsApp group was bristling.
Yeah,
Everyone was
fizzing,
like,
like,
"We
yeah.
go for fights. We go for fights."
Well,
right?
Keane started it.
I actually have I took out Rodrigo Lahadwal on, so we were meant to have a crew on Saturday.
Yes.
to organise the pod for this week. But on the way home, me, Seamus and Luke went for a matcha. So Seamus is co-captain of Fuerna with Kieran, and Luke is my housemate. My BFF Katia. And we went for a matcha, but Luke got a pint.
Okay.
And then it started to grow legs.
So you just lied to me about work.
Yeah,
He
I was plastered.
He turned around to me.
And then the match got cancelled. I was like, thank fuck, because I got really stressed then. No, I
Okay.
actually did have to do work on Saturday and Freshen, so I was.
Yeah,
okay.
It was an extension of a truth, but it was
Because you were like, I'm actually, I was like, right, well, we have to have this meeting now on Zoom. And then you were like, oh, I have to do some work for Monzo. And I was like, Keane working on a Saturday. You can't get Keane to work during the week, right? I was like, what?
for yourself.
It was because I was mainly drunk.
And then, okay.
Me and Luke
She's
got
all
home.
coming out now, lads.
Me and Luke-
This is the bonus.
Me and Luke got home to Lally, and he hadn't been at train. He was sitting, he's like, he didn't cop that because we burst through the door being like, what do we do? Like, will we go out? Will we go? And then he was, anyway, it was a great night.
It was a great night. Lots of pints were had. Yesterday was
Tough.
just a really bad headache, and it kept coming in waves. Like, I was sitting watching the end of the Masters, and I was like falling in and out of sleep the whole time. I was like, my head was just pounding. And then we had to have that meeting yesterday. Sorry,
Yeah, it was way worse than
Way
yesterday.
worse than
I said to
yesterday.
Kieran, actually, we went for the Cure. Luke took me to, as in picked Weatherspoons. Have you ever eaten food there?
Yeah.
It is. I was like, this is, if straight pride was a thing in here, I was like, do you know that Mary O'Connor twat that always commentating our...
Yeah.
I'd say
yeah.
she loves like a birthday party in Weatherspoons.
Yeah.
It was grim. I didn't finish any of it.
Yeah, she's the kind of person that would get her clip pierced in Weatherspoons. Definitely.
Oh, no.
But it's the kind of place that you go for, like, if you're stuck in an airport or a train station and you have to get something quick, or during the week, the odd time,
Yeah.
if I have to get a quick, cheap sandwich,
No,
I wouldn't
no,
get
not
something
even. I
there.
wouldn't
But
even
other than
piss
that,
on it.
it's absolute dog food. Like, the fact that you went there as your hangover food
It
is...
used to be a big thing going to a gig in the Three Arena. You'd stop in and just tip
No,
on.
but
Yeah.
I've gone there for drinks before, like when I was a student.
Yeah, the
really
drinks are
cheap
fine.
pre-drinking.
Yeah.
Fine. But like
dinner. No.
I got a burger and chips. I think I had 5 chips. Couldn't finish them. Couldn't finish the burger. I'm like, King Griffin's not finishing burger and chips. When he's
Period.
dying hungover, and you can imagine how much I made that Luke's problem for the rest of the day.
Oh,
that he made me go there, and I didn't.
No, I'd say you were grand because you normally shoulder your emotions quite well and you don't take them out on everyone around. Just, no, I'd say he was fine.
God.
Luke's at home locked in a fucking cage. He's chained to a radiator.
Well, thank God they're back on good terms.
Elton John, I love your work.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, it wasn't Elton John. It was Boy George that chained the fella to the radiator,
Yeah,
wasn't
Jesus,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be good
He,
time.
he was a sex worker that he chained to a radiator.
For like a kink or for like.
I think he rented him out for the night and then that
I
was
think
part
he
of
got
the,
in very
the
big
job.
trouble over that.
He did, and then he
Well,
went
I
on I'm a
hope so.
Celebrity.
He should blow
Did he
tonight.
won-
He went
what?
on I'm a Celebrity after that. Again. Yeah.
Anyway, what about you, Carl? Any news?
Well, we made Portisha Mar for Mushanwa her boss, so bringing the mood right down. lads.
So no hake for Cahill this week.
No hate, just
Just for anyone who didn't understand that through his laughter, he just said his granny died.
Yeah. For a granny boss.
poor granny boss.
Poor she
Like she was a legend. So
We dedicate this episode
dedicate this
to Cahill's
to
granny.
Granny Mary.
Granny Mary, shit. Mary O'Connor's your granny.
No,
Oh.
Fuck that bitch.
Mary Whelan. You
Rip.
love you, Mary.
Could we kick off? Well, lads, ábhar na seachtaine. A new, drumroll please, Bainwich ag play on Agla, The Fear. So nor tá imníirt, Fear mar
Fear.
chuncap to Brownarm.
Fear, yeah,
Tá
yeah.
Brownarm.
Not the fear.
Fear mar chuncap.
Yeah.
The idea of fear is an
Okay,
actual
yeah.
topic. But agus muidig tús leis na rudí is massa, I thought I would spur you on to talk about on Agla, The Fear.
The fear.
So nor tá imníirt an majin ina dhiag ihe amach, and what better way and what better time to discuss
Yeah,
that
well,
after the weekend we've just had.
So picture it. Right.
God.
Big night out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Watching
more.
Daredevil. Right.
Yeah.
Dúistíonn tú. Agus fine tú on text.
Oh.
Really glad we had that chat last night.
No, nothing sends.
Right. Like it's like someone has poured like hot sticky toffee all over me and then rolled me around a barbershop's floor. I just feel so itchy, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I want to die. I'm like, oh God. And also, sorry, by the way, if it was one of you that said that, I'd be like, fine. Because we always get like,
But it's always a
it's some absolute supporting cast random. That's what I'm talking about. If it was one of my best friends, I'd be like, oh, fine. I'm sure we were probably sat on top of each other in the George smoking area
Yeah.
talking for 4 hours. I'm sure we've covered ground we've covered before. But it's some rando I haven't seen in 4 years that I'm not
please,
close
Kieran.
with. And they're like, it's just so great we got to have that.
And like that's you either like bio as more of like you're in between that like alive and dead stage. You're like,
Oh, it's like I'm getting uncomfortable even thinking about it now. I'm like,
this is my toxic trait coming true. I cannot relate any less. Like I never ever get the fear.
is that
Ever.
because you just like own it?
I just think drunk me is a fucking icon. I think I'm so funny when people tell me stories with the kind of lens of like, you should have the fear right now. I'm like, that's funny.
I would agree with that for you. I have been witness to things that you should have the fear for.
Remember that time in Gran Canaria?
That's the one I was going to come to. So we were in Gran Canaria. It wasn't in Nuri. It was the year. Galvin, yeah. And it was just, you had just finished 75 hard, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And it was the first night. So the way it fell, we normally go to Gran Canaria on the Thursday of the Pride Week. But his 75 hard was finishing on that night, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the Thursday night.
Finish at midnight on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he wasn't allowed to have a gargle until the midnight, right? And then he made up for lost time, right? But obviously hadn't really eaten properly or drank properly, like even water.
No,
He
the first
just
night
went
was
to
fine.
bed.
It was because I had so little time
Was it
to
the
drink
first night
the
or the
first
second
night.
night?
Ye all started drinking at like 6 on.
Oh, then it was the
It
second
was the
night,
second
yeah.
night when I because the first night lulled me into a false sense of security because I was like, oh, I can still drink, it's fine. So I was like, I had full day of drinking, and that's when this.
That's what it was. And you were like a bat out of hell. Like it was. I've never seen anything like it. Right. So we went to a club and we were like, for anyone that hasn't been to Winter Pride before, you'll hear us talking about it enough, but it's in this huge big like open shopping centre with like loads of bars all around it. The Jumbo.
A 3-story shopping centre underground basically.
Yeah. And we had gone up to the last club. Cian had gone missing. He'd gone downstairs to find a man.
And I did.
And did you? Well, allegedly.
Harry.
And then I get a text. I just walked into the last club, got a text like, "Hey, you're Irish. I recognise your name. Your friend is in a really bad way." Right? And I was like, "What the fuck is he at to do now?" Right? So I text back. I was like, "Where are you?" And he dropped a pin. And then like the Jumbo Centre, by the way, just for anyone who hasn't been there before, when you've had a couple of drinks, is exactly like the staircase scene in Harry Potter. Right? In that the staircases do fucking move. Right? Like it took me.
A pin could be across 3 levels.
Yeah. Like as the crow flies, he was about 20 meters away from me. It took me about 15 minutes to get there, right? And I got there, and it was worse.
Worse and worse.
So they had him folded over like a balcony.
By the way, to the RNA story, as you're telling this, like a normal person would be like, I'm getting excited for the punch. I'm like, this is so funny.
So it was like, if you were hanging a towel over a washing line, right, you'd have half on each side.
Skinny.
He was literally hanging over like a balcony like that, and I went, oh, for fuck's sake. And then I went over to him, was like, come on, get up. And I literally had hands on, I got my hands on both sides of his face and picked him up and was like, Cian, what's going on? And he was like, So anyway, we get going and I'm like, right, I'm going to have to bring him home. And then I had to text one of the lads. Now, we were about a 15-minute walk away. No, 10 maybe when we were coming down at night. It took me and one of the other lads over 45 minutes to get him home. Right?
Who was it, Colin?
No, Neil. Oh. Right. And like at one stage, before we got to the edge of the Jumbo, Cian felt like he was going to get sick again, right? And I'm not messing. This is, when you're like, you have a dog up on a leash and like they're up on their hind legs, right? I held Cian by the back of his t-shirt up off the
white
ground
vest, no
like
doubt.
that. Right?
It was a white Calvin Klein vest.
Right, yeah. So I'm holding him up by his vest while he's suspended over the ground, thrown up, and I've got him in one hand and a cigarette in the other hand, right? So I'm literally like this. Neil is standing there horrified. I was like this. Right? He eventually finishes emptying his fucking stomach, and then we walk home and we're like literally carrying him home like dead.
Thank God it was after 75 hard because I was a bit of a slip of a thing.
The next morning,
Right?
this is where it gets like really bad. The next morning we get up, right? And like
No one's
Neil
talking to me.
is our bulla. I'm used to Cian being a fucking disappointment. So I'm like,
But I think
this
in those
is, like,
situations, you're used to that anyway. You take control.
Yeah, I was like,
control
this
freak.
is fine. I was like, I really got how bad of me to take you home. But I got up the next morning, I was like, I knew Cian wasn't going to run, like beat the door down and be like, oh my God, can I get you breakfast? I'm so sorry. Like, I knew that wasn't going to happen, right? But poor Neil was not one bit pleased. He was like, I can't fucking believe he hasn't even said thanks. Right?
Bear in mind, I didn't really remember. So I didn't know how I got home. I didn't know any of that
Cian came
happened.
into but bear in mind, I had to bring him home, take his shoes off, tuck him into bed, explain to Luke what had happened and make sure he was okay. We're back into our room. The next morning, Cian comes into our room, starts laughing and eating, he found a bag of crisps on my table, opened it, starts eating it and starts winding me up, right? And I'm like, I'm not rising to it at all. But Neil is ready to fucking kill him at this point, right? I was like, for God's sake. So then we went back and forth and then I got Cian on his own eventually. I said, come here. you fucking say to him, thanks so much for last night, blah, blah, blah. I said, I've given up on you, but he's gonna flip
the lid.
So I was like, you take yourself down a couple of bars now because you've absolutely overdone it. And he was like, yeah, okay.
I know, but then it blew up even more because I was like, instead of apologising.
Oh, yes. So he started giving out to me because it was like, why didn't you record me? Why didn't you get any photos of this or videos of it?
That's so funny. Me vomiting in the street. Of course, get content. That is hilarious.
Yeah, so that was the main concern. That not that I gotten them home safely. In it like a kind of a can be a ropey
And also,
place.
those guys that text you, I know one. I'm from Dublin. Creep.
Yeah,
I'm so lucky I wasn't assaulted.
Yeah,
maybe I was. I don't know. You never know. But
you have an ogler, like you didn't have any fear.
I was like, I was just annoyed that there was no content captured to make the most out of it.
And he brought it up at every interval. Like he was like a couple of days later, he was raging that I hadn't captured any content of him like almost dead. Like I was like, am I going to bring him home or bring him to A&E? Like,
this is
emergency
a public service announcement for all my friends and our nation, anyone who knows me. If you see me in a vulnerable state, take a picture and then help me.
Well, I told him after that, I was like, Cian, I don't care if I see you getting loaded into a back of a van and getting sex trafficked tomorrow. I'm leaving them to it. I'm going to help them close the door. Right? You get a one and done with me on that kind of stuff. So behave yourself.
Yeah, but Shin my hreight huxacock. I'm like,
sure.
I don't have the fear ever. I probably should, but I don't.
Have you ever been sent on the topic of videos that, or like content that of like I didn't have, say, videos of you getting sick or stuff that you thought was like, you looked hot, you looked so cool, and you look the next morning and you go, oh God.
Yeah, but that's not really a drunk thing. That's like, God, body dysmorphia.
Yeah, that's not really the fear. I don't think it's more like.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Kieran. Actually,
but you know when you think you're like, oh my God, I was killing it. Like in your head, you were like absolutely throwing down the best moves ever, and you look at it and you're basically like a heifer doing a shuffle.
Sometimes, yeah. But I would separate that as being like delusion as opposed to the fear.
Or videos of you.
You're not gonna get me.
I think he's like.
No, or another one is like because I've had it. Not Ladania. It was like Kubilina. I'd say. Like kissing like an absolute monster.
Oh yeah.
And my friend Emily is the worst for this. Like, remember we went to the George one night and like I was absolutely like just locked, like smashed, right? And we went for like 1 after work, so I hadn't had dinner. It was a Thursday, that kind of energy.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not messing. Like, this is so mean, but like he was absolutely horrendous. Like, she was like Shrek. Like, right?
Shrek or not Shrek?
I mean, like,
Get out, my son.
Shrek after a car crash. Like, it was so, God love him. It was so bad, right? And like, she sent me the video the next morning, and I'm like, she definitely still has the video on her phone. It's actually so bad. It's like I've never felt worse about myself ever after that video the next morning. Imagine waking up Friday morning, dead, have to go to work, and like that's your video that you wake up to.
Yeah, I have a couple of them as well. Like, Cúpla no hin, like, over COVID, like, Kuimegari, like, Fud Creila Bio bandwagons, Fanula Jail is pretty brand. Like, their first live show out of COVID. And I was like, oh, like, I love the girls. I was obsessed with the podcast during my 5K walks and everything during COVID. Anyway, went with Ave Carl. Yeah. So Ave. Influencer. And she's in South Korea now. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying that. But, I went to the church, got absolutely bananas, and I'd say like I shifted like, I don't know, a handful of lads, like maybe 10, but I woke up the next morning.
Maybe 10!
Like more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
fair.
Woke up the next morning and I was like, how did I pick him?
Yeah.
Like I was that, it's just like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like I had to pick them.
That way, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, but like, Gohara and they're like taught you like single, like when you're single, like, everything goes in the basket when you're on Tinder and stuff at night, and then you wake up the next morning, you have a text, it's like, where did you go? Or you have sent your location to them.
Oh, been there.
And they're like at the door.
I think he needs to be more. I just go, oh God, that's a bad decision. Moving on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like kind of carefree about it.
Like when you wake up the next morning and you open your Instagram DMs and you have been banging out those flame reacts.
Yeah.
I'm like, everyone deserves a bit of love.
Like, roll sock. Like, you're so.
But like, I will say one thing about if you are going to be horny on main, do it on WhatsApp or on Instagram, because you can unsend messages
the next day if they haven't
whereas
seen
like
it,
WhatsApp, if you delete, it has like a delete notification. And like recently, I come home. You know the night I'm talking about, and I come home and I sent messages the next morning.
To people we know?
No. But like,
well, you will come back to that.
No, but like, no, you know, like Insta boys that you're kind of texting, and I was like texting them at 3 a.m, being like, come over now. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm
Come
like,
over.
the next morning I looked at the messages and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. And I'm going to go and throw myself in the liffey. And then I remembered I could just unsend Instagram messages. So you've heard it here first. Send your horny messages on Instagram because you can unsend them. You can also, it's easier to deny them, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Cearcalúir na rudí is ashtí. So bhí mé a jaagháil in our story Instagram agus TikTok, and I asked them cad iad na fatias nav rézúnacha atá agaibh. So the weirdest or strangest, most irrational fears they have.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Good,
Okay.
right,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited.
Very good.
So
Just for listeners, this was the fourth take of that, but he did it really. But he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it.
Cearcalúir, Dortina Egan being accidentally shot through a wall. Now, so
I think I'm afraid of that now.
but it Tarla sé. So let's go on show. We're here. It's kind of like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Fab Five, but they're drag queens.
Yeah.
V far Aaron Clark Shin. Now it's in like Tennessee or shithole.
Yeah, I was going to say,
He got a random. Well, he wasn't. It was actually someone shot at his house as a warning for him being gay, but it went through the wall and got him in the shoulder. So it's actually a possibility. I thought.
oh, Will Shane Coney, where does he
I
live?
don't know.
So I wonder, was it Irish?
I think Tugocton on show. Satir, well, Stoka. They're
Yeah.
all following us.
So, yeah.
Well, Stoka girl. There's a few Americans that follow us. But yeah,
Being
Tuck at
shot
you.
through a wall, Jesus.
Raging.
Yeah, that would be like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to get
Hot
shot.
take here, getting hot shot.
What
would
a-
be-
I'd hate if I wasn't shot like me, like if it was an accident.
If I'm gonna get shot, I want to do a
shots.
full like cowboy movie, like, you know,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, draw. You know, like getting shot through a wall is so gay.
Yeah.
Ugh, how embarrassing.
Speaking of gay, I'm always afraid the wooden stir in coffee shops is gonna put splinters in my tongue.
Cop on to
in your
yourself.
tongue.
Yeah.
suck
Men
on
used to
them.
go to war, and now they're afraid of fucking getting splinters in their coffee.
I got a splinter last week. Wasn't nice.
In
Carl actually wrote.
are we talking about coffee?
No, just
I told you you're not supposed to be sticking them up there.
Oh, Kieran.
When Taylor Swift was singing about wood, that's not what she meant, girl.
Knock off.
Whore down and frank and honest with the coffee stores. I ain't got it. Knock on wood.
Shouldn't to be honest. This really isn't an irrational fear. Mayo winning the All Ireland.
Oh, well, I mean, look, that's something that's never going to happen. So you don't need to worry about that. You have more chance of being shot
That's
through a
why
wall.
it's so irrational.
Yeah. You've more chance of getting fingered by a coffee store or shot through a wall. You're fine.
Mayo booked.
Mayo booked. Sorry, Eamon.
Mar Gwynna Foster on road is Sconrula Dum, not Scotta Dagory. A group of teenagers in the street. As an adult, that scares me so much.
Misha fucking freshen. They are like the worst. I'd much rather walk past a group of like fully grown men with knives than
Yeah.
teenagers on skewers.
Yeah, they're
They're
so-
on bus as well, on Dunham
Yeah.
bus, when they're all jumping about. I'm like, one of these is going to have some knife or something.
They are like terrifying. Like particularly like the kind of like 12, 13, 14-year-olds, like,
Yeah.
just freshly minted teenagers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're
Because by the
Canada
time they
Goose
get to
and
like
the Montclair
17,
jackets.
they kind of, they're you know, they've hit, like 16, 17, they've hit their kind of peak awkwardness. They're, you know,
Yeah.
they're not really
They're
interested in
like
you.
size
But
cube,
12,
yeah.
13, 14, it's like, they're basically still prepubescent, but they're like arseholes.
Yeah, they think they're
I remember I got stoned one time. Like I was cycling home from training
Because
along
like
Pier
on
Street,
The Life of Brian.
Yeah.
and they just started pelting rocks at me, and
Oh
I
my
was like,
God. Jesus, I love your work.
the Iscariots really fucking popped off with this
The
one.
escargot got me.
Oh my God, that's so weird you said that. The next one, I'm terrified of slugs and snails.
Oh, yeah, well.
especially in buffet fish tanks.
Yeah, well, you're done. Okay, as I said it before, I say it again. Once it's covered in curry sauce, it's all the same.
This is terrible. Is this really bad? When there used to be loads of snails on our front door, and me and Mom used to get the hurl and bait them out into the
Oh,
water.
that's so mean. The
Fair.
poor Shellikabukis. Have you ever heard that?
What?
Shellakabuki.
Shellakabuki, what's that?
That's tip Waterford. A few counties down south call snails Shellakabukis.
Oh, do they? Oh, that's kind of like Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not even Irish.
A
It's,
neighbour of ours used to, like, he was 3 years old. 3 years old. He used to dig his finger in and pull the snail out.
Oh, well, have very French.
well, that's a
Oh, wait.
Was it the Franco?
delicacy.
Don't mention
He was
the
putting
war.
his fingers in the snails and not in Keen.
Yeah, I should have had the fear of
Have you
that,
ever
even
actually
then I
tried
didn't.
escargot?
No.
I
No.
have.
Have you?
Fried chicken, is
Yeah,
it?
I had them in Paris a couple of years
In
ago.
Paris.
And it is basically like, now bearing in mind actually, so it was the second night of the trip to Paris. We were hanging. So you were talking about Weatherspoons being the worst place to go for hangover food. Can I just say, I'm going to put snails slightly in ahead, because what I really needed was like chicken goujons, and instead we got, it's like
Slimy.
it's like a rubber from school, like a chewy. You can't actually break it down with your teeth. It just holds its shape, dipped in garlic butter.
Like a witchetty grub.
So it was fine, yeah.
Oh.
But it was like a garlic butter eraser. That's the best way to do it. But I got the photo. I was just me holding the snail, being like, wee wee.
Sorry, it's like you've read my list, because the next person said slimy and/or mushy foods.
I think I wrote this list. These are all of mine.
Mushy peas, though. I love
I
mushy
love
peas.
a mushy pea.
Yeah, but I can't eat like white bread untoasted.
Oh, I love white bread.
I
on
love white
toasted.
bread and toast.
I love a slice of Brennan's, today's bread today toasted. Absolutely love it, right? But a bread that's slightly too doughy or slightly too untoasted. Ever since
Do you
I've-
have
I'll throw
Arfit?
up. I think I do.
What's our fish?
I don't know the acronym.
Like texture,
It's
it's about like
texture
textures.
foods. Yeah.
There's certain things like I can't eat. I don't like eggs.
He doesn't
I don't
like
eat
rice.
porridge.
I thought he had
No, I do
diabetes.
like rice. Rice is okay.
Rice is back on the menu.
Rice is back. Tarisha Rash, baby.
Reach around.
Tarish, Arish.
Baby, there we go.
Get that on a t-shirt.
He texted me last week. He's like, I had rice again. It was great.
Yeah, because I'm like proud of myself that I can cook it, because I'm not using boiling the bag rice anymore.
Cameron Diaz, eat your heart out.
And
Filipina.
yeah, Philippine.
She make rice.
But I can't do that. But I can do it now.
Tá actual na nílas came fáil buise mé cean leis, but I had a friend, her name is Rachel Owens. So we went to UCD together. She
Great
studied with me.
name.
Rachel Owens.
Whatever she's fucking selling, I'm buying.
She's actually an art. She's a fine art dealer in London. She
Oh.
sells to like millionaires.
I would absolutely
I'd
buy
buy
it.
it.
Yeah, like
And she's so good at her job.
From
Array
Rachel
us.
Owens.
She was terrified of escalators. So in UCD library, there's an
Oh,
escalator.
yeah,
She
yeah.
couldn't, for the 4 years we were
That's
there,
companies
she
could
couldn't
think
go
that.
up the escalator. So she never went upstairs in the library. But
Is there no lifts in Newman, no?
oh, maybe there is. I don't know. She couldn't take the escalators anyway.
He used to take it all the time.
The lift.
no, not in Newman, but within the library.
In the
building
actual
itself.
library. I thought, oh no, the
It's
escalators on the
Stockstill
inside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
'cause as in the moving stairs.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Trying to
And then
mansplain.
No, he's trying to explain to me where the library in UCD was, because God knows I didn't spend a whole lot of time there.
in a year old scholar, vog she go London. Like she moved to London with the fear of escalators, so she got over it very quickly.
The city
The
of
underground.
escalators.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. She's not. She's like, she can get on the escalator for the tube. and
She's
stuff,
gotten
can't
over it now because she moved to London. She had to, but like I remember being with her in London in the early years, and she'd have to like. Do you know how busy the underground is?
Yeah.
Like she'd have to like
Yeah.
stand in front of the escalator and talk herself into get on. People
And
would be
especially
bashing into
like
Dry heaving. Ugh.
But the way like that all of the stations are pitched at different heights. So like some of the stations you only go down like one kind of short escalator, but then some of the really old stations you go down like 4 or 5
and they're
escalators.
really steep.
Yeah, like there's one, I'm trying to remember what the deepest one is. It's like, is it like Bank or something maybe? And it's like you're literally like down at the core of the earth.
and it's so hot, so late. It's such a
Yeah.
fucking like
sweatbox.
autistic nightmare.
Yeah. However, I do love like the little autistic train kid in me comes alive whenever I go to London, because I'm like, the whole tube system is so fun.
It's so efficient.
Yeah, it's like, this is
I
so
may
cool.
go.
Count Ella. You've never been to London. That's
I'm
so
to
weird.
London. Oh my God, that's where we'll have our
I'm going
first show.
twice this year, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, slay.
Yeah, that'll be fun. A little shabio, maybe. In
Um,
London.
Screeve Colleen is shock. It reminded me of Jeanette McCurdy. The sound of balloons popping. Do
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Remember that one?
Oh, yeah,
And
when
she
she-
like has a fucking aneurysm.
Some people are just jumpy in general,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Shutdown atch in Mohormsha. I have a phobia of water because I don't know how to swim. Is skill bunny soche shin. Like Becorgam got in it out a very snob. If you can't swim, that is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, Toshi, like, on Cotinta, like, loads of people can't swim.
I think that's crazy. I grew up in a
I think,
seaside town.
but you
Like,
see, I think it's more common to learn when in rural counties,
yeah, because I remember when
because
I-
we'd just be brought down
Yeah.
to the pool.
They should teach it in school, shouldn't they?
We did
I
We
think
did.
they
We
need
learned-
to.
we used
We
to-
did it, yeah. Like our lessons were through school, but they weren't like during school. Like,
Ours
like
were.
the personal-
Ours were during school.
Yeah,
like,
I know
we-
some schools do, don't they? And yeah.
But it's like Balya Quish Fargay Kilwanton. And I remember someone drowned when we were Ag Fossanis.
Yeah.
So like everyone we had it drilled into us. Like I did lifeguarding training. Everyone just did it. So I think it's crazy not to be able to swim. You stupid imp.
She opened her heart to us there, and we are like, God, that's
No,
pretty
but I'm like,
dumb.
that is so dangerous. One of my friends, Aisha, who was on Grand Trail with me, also can't swim. I'm like, that is wild.
Well, if you can't swim, there are adult swimming lessons.
There are.
Dana.
Go do it. It's a fun thing.
Also, the National Aquatic Centre as a kid was fucking
great
crack.
Oh, some people definitely have heard of them slides. You know, the big
They were
Yeah.
crack. Although some of them like bashed your back in. Like, God, I love them.
Carl's like, he's like, gotta go.
Am I going again, Mom?
Ew.
Shook count Ella accidentally biting on tinfoil.
Oh, yeah, if you have fillings.
Is that bad?
Yeah, because I don't think
It
it's like
scratches
the
them.
metal in the fillings like reacts with the metal in the foil, and you get like a shock in your face.
Oh.
Oh, that's rotten.
I remember
if you
I was-
have the old metal fillings, a lot of
Yeah.
them they use that white composite bond
I've
thing.
got-
I have a
I've
few of the
got it,
old metal ones as well. Oh no, I think I have them all out now. I got them all replaced. But if you do bite down, or you know the nails down a chalkboard thing, that's a bad
That's
one
not
as well.
fear. It's just like
That's just
Yeah.
ignorant. Why'd you do that?
What's your personal number one fear?
Butterflies.
Yes.
I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Pit-
Pelican.
Pit-
The little paedophiles. Oh, so good. I actually posted that on Instagram again the other day. So
What
funny.
are yours?
Tá agla
Post on
on
Instagram.
Yogurt.
Oh, yeah,
Yogurt.
actually. We've done this
yes.
before.
We
Oh,
know
yeah.
this, yeah.
Mine is rats. Always and forever.
I also hate rats as
Anything
well.
with four legs and a tail that isn't a dog,
Yeah.
I'm like, get me out
Did
of
you
here.
see on
Fair.
I could see like on rat in fucking the UK and it was 22 inches long.
Like, no, that's the
That's-
only time I'm not going to be happy to see 22 inches.
That's probably that length.
Da.
Yeah.
That's da.
You'd know I was in leash for the week.
Oh, they're just honestly, like, even, like, not just rats, like mice, gerbils, hamsters, like any
Rodents.
rodent variety thing.
Do you know when they like lick their hands and clean
Oh,
themselves?
that's so cute.
Like, it's, like, it gives me, like, I panic so much.
My
like,
ex-girlfriend had 2 mice as pets or rats. They were albino mice.
I think the plural is meese.
Mises.
They were albino mice and they were called Sasha and Malia after Barack
Oh, my-
Obama's daughters.
Clip it. The woman was too stoned to speak.
Oh my God, she had two
Albino.
So she had 2 racist mice and a gay boyfriend.
Like I really popped off.
And a boyfriend that was writing people outside the local steakhouse.
The steakhouse. Let us know in the comments. Actually, I want to actually know people's irrational fears. If you're listening, or Spotify, or Apple Podcast, you can go down to the comment section of this video. Please let us know your irrational fears. We will judge you, but know that.
We'll also try and provide support.
And while you're there, leave a 5-star review.
What?
Mila.
Please.
Ciarcalor na ruddy is ashti. So I was trying to figure out a way to like mold the wonderful for fear. So I was like, okay, maybe a time you forced yourself to get over your fear of something and it just really worked out. I mean, it often does, but what comes to your mind when I say that?
I think just the general fear of being younger going away as you get, like all the things that you have a fear of when you're younger just start to dissipate as you get older. So for example, the number one thing is like what other people think of you. Like
Yeah.
I was so like preoccupied, I think, when I was younger about like trying to project yourself in a way that like even when you come out, you're like you want to be gay but not too gay.
Yeah.
And you want to be like the kind of gay that like straight
palatable.
palatable. That's
Yeah.
you know. And now like I'm so not concerned with that. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, how
Your
can I be?
fucking nails, I can tell.
But like now I wake up in the morning and I'm like, God, how gay can I be today?
Yeah.
Yeah, mission
You know,
lads.
Yeah.
like whereas like I used to wake up and like you know if I was like
I
19,
won't wear
20,
that.
yeah, and I'm like right, I'm gonna be gay, but I'm gonna be one of the lads, right? And I'm like, I am gay and I'm still fucking one of the lads, and I can have nails and still be one of the lads and do all of that stuff.
Leave the Dougie Pointer scarf in the club.
Leave the scarf in the fucking drawer. Like you don't need it. Go get a haircut.
Yeah.
Like, but the more you actually allow yourself to be yourself and back yourself, the more people will accept you. You know, and actually, if you're trying to just conform to their narrow lens, you're never going to be happy, and also they're going to see through it as well.
Yeah, in Team Lat, like I think Ag Fossanis, I was obsessed with trying to. Like when people used to be like, oh, I didn't know you were gay. I wouldn't know you were gay. I'd be like,
Gold star.
corny.
Gold star.
Wag,
Yeah,
wag,
yeah.
wag.
Got a whole
V-Mate,
page in the diary about that night.
The one that opened with your
my gel,
password.
my strawberry flavored gel pen.
Flavoured, scented. Well, flavoured if you're eating them.
And God knows I tried. We made goffle, like I wanted the approval of straight men so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And I'm
we all
like,
did.
they didn't care. Like, but my advice for living your best life, especially as a far Erach, be cosúil le fear heterogeneisach in the sense of their own self-confidence, self-worth, like the unbridled confidence of a straight white man. If I learned that sooner, like I think I'm relatively winínach mar far Erach. Like my issues are not to do with being gay.
Yeah.
They're to do with other things. But like I used to be so horny to not be gay.
It meant everything to me for like to be sitting in a group of lads and we'd be chatting away and they'd be like, you know, like,
you're one of the lads.
You're just like, yeah, you're not like the other gay lads. You're like just like you're like one of us. Like that meant so much to me. Now I'll sit in the middle of a group with them and flirt with them.
Yeah.
And talk about football.
Just to make them uncomfortable.
But they actually love it because they're like, it's like I've very, very seldom I'm in an environment with straight men where you don't like you said, treat them the way that they treat women.
Yeah.
Right? And if you like flirt with them and you're inappropriate with them, but then you can also like fall into things like the football or the golf or whatever. And then like kind of gaslight them a little bit. Most of the times, like it actually goes really well. They love like 99% of the time they think it's bad. But yeah, sometimes it goes really well. but they love it, and then that's how you end up in he's a fucking legend. He's gas like, because
you don't care.
That's an energy that they're used to. That kind of banter energy is what they're used to. But you can do that banter and still be gay and still be yourself.
I'm just like, do you like steak?
Yeah. I know a place.
I feel like Dumhain counted a release Jacker when I was, I guess, finishing college, and it kind of revolves around straight men as well, and that approval was going to the gym. That was such a big fear I had to get over. And I tried for Nablin to Fod Agus May in old school to go to the gym. But I go to the gym and kind of like only be on the treadmill or maybe do the row machine.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do the machine.
I was terrified. And
so I think, but like even to drill more and down into that, like gays obviously in general are fit. Like I feel like that's a fair generalization to make. We all do some form of sport or activity, but it more often than not, it's cardio. And like actually gays and weights is the thing.
I think, well, that is kind of what I mean. The weight section of the gym. But now that I've gotten older, I feel like all people like mid-20s, 30s are all fucking bodybuilders now, gays. Because I think they all get into it in their like agus iad beagnach crícnatha na fichidí.
Yeah.
Because you're twink death and you're like, right, well, I'm going
to reinvent.
What am I going to do?
The collagen's flatlining.
Ní cuinnam cé dúirt sé lom. Someone asked me recently, like, I think it was one of my friends from home who's gay, was like, how did you get into the gym, Cian? Like, you're like, because I want to start going, but I'm so terrified. And on Rhoda Dortmund Doe was find a friend for me. I was like, it kind of helps to find a straight man friend in your life who to just bring you. One of my friends, his name's Owen. He's moved abroad years ago, but he took me to the gym. 3 days in a row, we just did the whole set of exercises. Yeah. And I took notes on how to do them and what they were called. Yeah. And then just went back again. And like, I think the issue with me, and I think it's the same with Gochdina, is that the fear of appearing like you look like you don't know what you're doing, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of doing it wrong and people look at you. First of all, are engaged sheets, no one's looking at you. No. Everyone's fucking posing and looking at themselves in the mirror.
Or having a meltdown, or actually more often than not, they're on the other side. They're on their whatever machine they're on, trying to figure out how to use their machine.
Yeah.
I used to fear just someone coming over being like, "You're doing that wrong."
Yeah,
and I'd be like,
someone did that to me before recently, and he was like, but it was done in a way that was like, he was like, "Oh no, I think."
That's when you blow your rape whistle.
It was actually danger! It was actually one of the fitness instructors who I kind of know was like, "Oh, Cian, do it the other way around," and I was like, "All right."
Do you know what's really helpful for that actually is TikTok. I have 3 different playlists
for
on
visual
TikTok,
learners among us.
And and you can type in like whatever the exact machine or the exact weight or whatever rack you're using, and you can type in it, and it'll show you here's 3 exercises you can do in it. Here's exactly where to stand. If there's like your lower back is sore when you're doing a squat, it's probably because your feet are not wide enough apart. Like it breaks it down for fucking kids. Like, and I do the same exercise every time I go to the gym, and I still have to say to myself, watch the video. I'm like, but you just look like you're checking your phone for something.
Everyone's on their phone.
Everyone's on their phone in the gym
Yeah.
the whole time anyway. So like no one knows, no one notices what you're doing, and then you can go and do it, and then you'll get over your fear of it.
Yeah. Find a friend or get TikTok.
Or classes as well.
Yeah,
If
or
you,
get a
yeah,
trainer
sure.
or something.
if you don't
If
have,
you can afford it.
Yeah, like I think like if you're only getting started, like getting a PT is very like intimate because you have to like stand beside that person while you're huffing and puffing for an hour.
Yeah.
Where like if you go to a class, you can just hide in the background.
Fair.
And you can like build your confidence up. Like
And they'll
that's
come
when I
over
started
and
going to
help
the
you.
gym. I just did classes.
And that's
for
actually
2-3
how I
years.
learned form and what ways to move, what like barbells and dumbbells.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is a very scary thing.
We're a fitness podcast this week. That's
Nota kind of grammer nuair bhí mé níos óga bhí agla a ribh an más orm. Like I had a kind of a little bit of a fear of dying because we used to go to
Okay.
mass all the
Yeah,
time. Like
yeah.
we were a really holy household.
oh, the Catholics love death, baby.
But every time they talked about death, the priest, I'd start to like think about dying.
Yeah.
And then I'll never forget one time. It's kind of funny. We were in mass and he was like going really deep into it, and I just had to get up and leave, and I puked in the toilet.
oh my god.
I was like,
I think that's fair though.
but I was just like, he was just going really
I still
into
kind of
like,
feel like that.
I've obviously I know we're all gonna die,
Yeah.
especially this week.
Yeah.
But,
Oh.
but
R.I.P. Garni.
like, I was just like, what the fuck? There's like kids in this room, and like the fear of dying comes over you, and you're like, Jesus, what the fuck's happening? But yeah, it was
think
funny
that
that I was at Kermac Durish, like Taffrin, like.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like, the story was too scary. I had to go and throw.
Yeah, ní Moila Maffrin though. I'm like they're doomsayers. What is it? They're such. It's
Yeah.
just not an enjoyable experience. Make it good crack. Go to a gospel
They
church.
frighten the
and
shite out of you and then pass around a collection plate.
Honest to
and then
God.
grab the little kids in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, clip that. All the centipedes down in the Catholic Church.
Sometimes they're fucking dead.
Sometimes they're crispy. But yeah, Erin knows. If you do have a fear of the gym, just go to a class
Or
something.
anything, and like find people around you. But sometimes like I think it's kind of an easy solution to say to people, oh, find a friend to go with you, because sometimes that's not an option either. Or if it's something that you want to do that you
Everyone
don't,
has at least
you know,
one friend. they can
yeah,
go with.
but maybe they don't want to even share it with that person yet because it's like a really early stage something. Back yourself. Like
Yeah.
no one's coming to save you. Back yourself.
yeah.
You know, you're well able. If you've made it this far, if you've made it to this point in the episode, you can do anything.
Also, go hoire ha Erin out of Shin, because on the topic of TikTok and doing it yourself, if you go onto TikTok and type any of your anxieties, you will have hundreds and hundreds
There's
of
someone
people
feeling the same, yeah.
Yeah.
agreeing with you and validating how you feel and probably giving 10 different solutions on how they solved that problem. Get on TikTok, and while you're
3
there,
ways how to say it in Irish.
so while you're on TikTok,
Or
yeah,
just
follow
like-
Galen Podcast.
Yes.
Ceart galore, 5 focal. 5 focal to successfully get over the fear or get over a fear. Cad a ceap tú?
Yeah, so mine
Yeah,
is
capital.
for the fear. So like, you know, you're panicking, you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. Like, I'm never gonna get over this. And it's Níocht Nuv, Popper, Scalóga, and Morach, which is basically kind of like today's news is tomorrow's chip paper. It's a scandal today,
Yeah.
but no one's gonna give a fuck tomorrow.
Popper lecra some more.
Yeah, exactly.
Wipe your ass with it.
Well, it might be today if you've had a feed of Guinness the night before.
Just make sure you're not wiping your ass with the latest issue of the Irish Independent, because I'm in that.
I'm sure there's plenty you did. Mine is Nábíoch Agla Earth Fain. So, like, kind of don't be afraid. I usually in English, in Maryland, I say feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if you're afraid of something, just go for it.
Yeah.
So, Nábíoch Agla Earth Fain. Don't be afraid, girl.
Love it.
I thought she wrote you am Hannah Fame, but I just said be Casul fear heterogeneisica. If you can channel the same unbridled confidence of a straight white man, honey, the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they're afraid of you.
Yeah.
Were they men or dogs? Well, both.
They're more afraid of you gays than...
So put a leash on them.
Like Boy George.
Oh, well, or just Shinny. That's another episode of Galen over and out. Gurmila to all those who have given us such lovely asholas about the pod. This week's shout outs, I'm just going to start doing this, I think. Go out to Owen Murphy, Corky Gaboo,
Yes,
Adam
slay.
McKiernan,
We love you.
August Rory O'Carroll. Thank you for your feedback and your 5-star reviews. We'll be calling out more of our golden children in the next episode. Bain with your ash and shock Shahugan, because we release a new episode, Gok Illa Cadine. But if you're still marvin for more content, you can hear your stomach from here. My stomach actually rumbled.
And I'm Rav.
Nah, Dane Darmid. Our bonus episode, Game the Next XL, comes out every Friday. And believe you me, if you think we're unhinged over shares here, strap in and strap on for the bonus. More info on getting signed up to our bonus on headstuffpodcast.com, but you can also find us on all social media at Galen Podcasts. And clutch your pearls, ladies, because Carl's been edging us with the promise of an Instagram reel for 6 weeks now.
Oh, Danny died.
Shit is slug.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.